Hi, this is Zoe from The Whisper Tree, and today I'm going to be talking to you about manifestation and how to create the reality that you would like. So, first of all, and I need to say that at this point in the year, this is, January, just after Christmas, we're very, very driven to creating those changes and getting rid of the old things that no longer serve us. So this is why you see heaps of people kind of joining the gym, going out jogging, walking, whatever, which is always lovely to see because we're very driven to have health goals or just any sort of goal. We want those shifts and those changes for ourselves. So this is why at the moment I'm having manifestation and creating reality workshops because I feel it really, really helps people. So I thought I would go through a few kind of techniques that I use to create manifestation for myself and the reality for myself. So the first thing I would say is really important is that we set our intent. So by this, I mean, write down your goals and be specific with them. So if you have health goals, maybe you want to lose a bit of weight or you want to take more exercise, actually write that down and write down how you're going to achieve that, because I feel that that's really setting our intent and helping us to achieve that sustainability. So that's the first thing. And then I would also revisit those goals regularly to make sure you're on track. And those goals might change, which is absolutely fine because you're shifting and changing all the time. So, honor that, that's absolutely fine. But I would definitely do those two things. The third thing is learn how to harness our thoughts and feelings, because these are hugely powerful. Our thoughts and our feelings absolutely create our reality. So we have to learn how to harness those thoughts and feelings. Now, I have a specific technique that I use regularly, and I'd say probably about 20 times a day. So the first thing that I do is upon waking up, I would kind of key in and tune into how I'm feeling. So I just still myself, go within. If I'm feeling a little bit negative, a bit of a dense emotion, then I would recognize it for what it is. I don't worry about the trigger, but I just give it, call it what it is. Okay, I'm feeling a bit fearful, I'm feeling a bit worried, a bit stressed, whatever it is. Feel it, because that's really important. Feel it to then release it and set the intent to release. But you have to feel to release. Okay, so that's the first thing that I would do when I'm doing what I call my visualization procedure in the morning. And then I focus on something that I want to achieve. So, if I've got a goal, for example, for me at the moment, it's health. I've had a few niggles for a long time and I really want to focus on clearing those for myself this year. So I have a mental image. I bring in this mental image of that health condition is already clear. So I see myself as very healthy, vital, whatever it is you're clearing, I want you to or work on rather, I want you to see that situation as already resolved, already occurred. You have a mental image, bring that in. But not only do you have that mental image, you have a feeling around it as well. And I want you to bring that feeling into your body of that situation or that thing that you're trying to manifest as already resolved, already occurred for you. So for me, I feel myself as well and healthy and strong as I can possibly be. I actually feel it. It doesn't matter if I'm not. I just want to feel and focus on that feeling of being really healthy, really vital, really strong in myself. Okay, now this is a really, really powerful technique. I use it all the time. I teach it to my clients that come to me, and and they really work with it, and they can really feel the benefits as well. It's one of those things that you have to build up. It's a very new concept for many of us. It took me months and months to kind of get to that point where I was just where it becomes automatically to me, and whenever because I get very worried about my health, whenever I can feel myself worrying, I then bring in that mental image of the situation is already resolved and the feeling as though it's already resolved for me, however that might present itself. And I find now that I'm using that throughout the day. As soon as I feel myself worrying or thinking about that situation, I use it, and it can be adapted to any situation. Anything at all, and you will find that as you start to gain confidence in using it, Okay, so those are the two things. I would set my intent, my goals, write them down, revisit them regularly, and use this visualization process first thing in the morning, and then you'll probably find that you will start to use it throughout the day as well. Because for me, using it, throughout the day is when you probably need it most, especially if you're worrying. Because remember, if you're worrying and focusing about something in a negative way, you're going to be creating more of the same. And this is what I was mentioning in my workshops, is the law of attraction. You've probably heard this concept, but this is where you'll magnify more of what you're focusing on. So if you're worrying about things and thinking, okay, I don't have enough money, for example, that kind of poverty thinking, well then guess what? You're going to be attracting more of that lack within your lives. If you're worrying about the fact that you don't get on with people at work, or that you don't have many friends, or whatever it is, you're going to be attracting more of that in your lives. So if you learn to shift and harness your thoughts and feelings and shift them into a more positive focus, then you're going to be creating more of that positivity for yourselves in your life. It's a hugely powerful technique, and one that is crucial for me, as far as I'm concerned, for manifestation. So we've set our intent, we're using our visualization process. We also need to know when to take inspired action. So when we feel drawn to doing something towards our manifestation process, and do it. Okay, don't question it. If you're drawn to doing something, I would definitely do it. Okay, that's a big thing and a big part of manifestation. When you set your intent as well, you'll probably find blocks, negative thinking, things like that will come up. And this is part of the manifestation process. We need to clear that negative thinking to bring in the new. It's all part of the process. It's all good. And I talk a lot more about that in depth in our workshop, because I think a lot of people really stumble at that block. Okay, so they are a few of my tips among many others that you'll find if you come to the workshops on how to manifest, and create the reality that you want, because we're very powerful. We all have that ability to manifest. Okay, so if you're drawn to come to the workshop or any of the others, I offer a whole variety of workshops. Then just look on my Facebook page, The Whisper Tree, on the events, and you'll see all the different workshops and all the information about them there. Okay, lovely to connect with you. Bye.